it's going. We're live.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, YouTube siblings, family.
How's everybody doing? Good. The time has come.
It has.
Hi, Sharon.
I was reading. Oh, time has come. Time has come.
We're such pros at this, you know.
We're so unnatural.
Every time we're trying to learn what we're doing, so it's just astonishing. So
thank you for hanging in there with us.
Yeah, thanks for being there. We got our camera up here and we got our screen here, so we're kind of looking, but yeah, we're figuring it out.
It's all good.
Yeah, thanks for being here, you guys. Hey, kids. Glad you're here. So
did you write a dad? I realized we didn't write a dad joke.
Oh, my dad joke, though, my famous dad joke, or my favorite dad joke. My favorite one that I used to use on you is my knock joke. Cow. Oh, well, you just took it. So, hey, you won't be hearing. Okay, well,
most people know that it's not like a secret joke. Oh,
from Ireland, awesome.
Welcome. What time is it there?
Glad you're here. She just stole my joke, so apparently I use it too much.
Oh man.
Okay, so I guess we're not doing a joke. Arizona, New Zealand. Wow, New Zealand, cool.
Welcome.
Glad you're here.
Even with the time change, I am impressed. Hello.
England at 1 a.m. William.
1 a.m.
Way to go.
Do you have
Jamaica. Nice. Spokane. Kentucky. British Columbia. We can probably just sit here and read these. Bolivia. Wow. UK, Ontario. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. We have a few things planned, so we probably should get.
I was going to give it a little more time for people to jump in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you have any other dead
from Seattle?
Oh, hey.
Nice. Well.
You only have the one?
Well, no, I use so many on my channel that it's hard to think of one. The one I really like is did you hear about the? I'm choking.
I was like, I have like 5 in my head. Like,
you tell her. Okay, a daughter joke.
Oh no, I lost it. Knock, knock.
Fort Lauderdale, cool.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oh shoot! A sad owl.
Sad owl who?
I don't remember. I thought it was Boo Hoo, but that's not it. Shoot.
Paraguay. Oh my goodness. Iceland.
Squiggy wants to say hi, it looks like.
The wooden live end table. I made it. I made that wooden live end table.
Do any of you have dad jokes? Drop them in the chat. Help us out.
Oklahoma. India.
Just gonna
Fort Collins. We're just gonna sit here and
read countries and states.
Philippines. Nice.
Welcome.
Los Angeles, San Jose, Brazil, Morocco.
Hello, Snowflakes, Buttons World.
You guys are amazing. So.
Yes. Okay, we can jump in.
Okay. Do we want to tell a joke or?
I was waiting.
Okay.
Oh, someone told a joke, but they didn't give the answer.
Oh.
How do you make holy water? I don't know. You didn't tell us. Okay. Well, we can just.
Anyway, glad you're all here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your support. You know, I'm humbled. It's been quite the year. Had all kinds of different things happen besides the channel, and I've shared some of that. And then I didn't share this with you. I actually even had minor surgery in January. I didn't want to scare anybody, but it was a man thing. So anyway. Didn't want to. I'm not going to give you any more information than that. Anyway, so glad that's behind me, so I can kind of start moving forward here and do some great things with you guys. We got a lot of things in the works, like we shared with the book. And then, you know, I've shared too that you're probably going to see my face more than maybe you care to, because I've already started a ton of interviews. I probably did like 10 last week. And then, you know, it's going to ramp up as we get into the book too. So anyway, it's all thanks to you guys. You've been so amazing and so supportive, and so it's been good to both of us and to our family. It's a sincere thank you. You know, I can't even express it. Who knew? You know, like I just shared, the channel started a year ago, and who knew? Right?
Yeah.
Who knew? It's just been quite the ride, and you know, I want to be faithful to you guys too, and you know, do stuff that's actually helpful to you. Yeah, so we'll keep putting out good content. You know, as long as I have content to give. So yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for your support.
Yes.
It means a lot to me, and I do try to read the comments as much as I can to stay in tune with all of you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know. I'm spending probably too much time on,
No, it was
that.
good.
I just, you know, it does mean a lot to me, and I hope you understand how much you all mean to me.
Yeah. No, we appreciate all of your support through all of this. I mean, the fact that you were even able to write a book is something that you probably never thought would happen in your lifetime. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. I mean, I you know, as I've gotten older, and I'm sure a lot of people, as they get older, you learn stuff, you learn how to do things, and it's like, man, I wish I knew how to do that when I was younger. And to actually get to be able to put it in book form it's pretty amazing. You know, I'm humbled by it and honored by it, and so yeah, and it's because of you guys. And your support and your encouragement and telling your friends, and that has made this thing blow up, and I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to dive right in.
Yeah, sure.
Before we get going and chatting about what's in the book, we wanted to let you all know that we're giving away 10 copies of the Dad How Do I book, Practical Dad Advice for Everyday Tasks and Successful Living.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming out. When's it coming out?
May 18th.
May 18th. Then if you comment book launch in the chat, you'll be entered to win one of 10 copies that we're giving away tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And so these are called, you know, I'm learning all this. I've never written a book before, but these are called galley copies. And so they're kind of unique. They're going to be, you know, something you can't get can't get them in the store, because they're uncorrected proofs. And so, you know, the book's changed a little bit in the book launch. Nice. So yeah, anyway, so we kind of rearranged the how-tos in the back. We're going to talk about what's in the book?
Oh,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to make sure the giveaway was there. And
yeah, book launch. There you go. I see book watch on some of them. So book launch. Nice. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Do you want to go ahead and share what's in the book? What can we expect?
Yeah. Yep. So the beginning of the book, and I think I shared a little bit of this in a video before. The beginning of the book, I go into a little bit of my past, of my childhood, and some of the struggles that I had, because a lot of you have probably heard some of my story at least. And you know, I'm one of 8 kids. I'm number 7. And I learned a lot from my older siblings, from all my siblings. And when I was 50, I'm 56 now. I'll be 57 in May. At my 50th birthday, I honored my siblings because they all stepped up when our family fell apart. And on my 50th birthday, I went around and said, you know, Mary, this is what the one character trait that I love about you. And then I kind of told a story about one of the things that she always did. Mary was always good about trying to keep our family together, about, you know, writing letters. And so that's what the first chapter is. And then I kind of walk you through, some different character traits that I learned from my siblings. And they're solid character traits that I would hope to pass along to you. So that's what the first part of the book is about. And I think I shared when I did my audio book, you know, this is some of this stuff brings back some pretty tough memories. And so I actually cried a couple times when I was when I was doing the audio version, because, you know, it's pretty personal. But I honestly think it's a pretty good book, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we put a lot of time and effort into this. And so that's why, you know, I haven't done as many videos the past 6 months, because I wanted to do this right. You know, we wanted to make sure that that I put in my effort. My brother Rick, who I went and lived with when our family fell apart, he helped me a ton. Him and his wife Karen both, you know, they helped me when I was 14, and even helped me with this book too, kind of rewriting things and making sure, because I wanted to, you know, highlight quality traits without getting into the weeds on some other stuff. You know, I wanted to, you know, really point out some quality traits that I hope that would be powerful for you. And then, and then in the second half, we promised you 50 how-tos, and I actually ended up doing 58 how-tos. So there's a bonus section at the end, because I thought, you know, in my life, I think it's always important to under promise and over perform, because if you set expectations for people and then they get let down, right? So I think it's important. So I wanted to have the 50, you know, so we got the 50 for you, and then there's 8 bonus ones. That way you can't go, Dad, that one was kind of lame. I don't know about that you included that.
A lot of them were really helpful. I went through, well, there's also taxes for how to do those. I saw those in there, and I know that we've been getting a lot of questions about that.
Yeah,
so
taxes,
helpful.
You know, and maybe we can just chat about that really quick. You know, if you honestly, TurboTax or
not sponsored,
not sponsored by them, but you know, they do kind of walk you through it. It's fairly easy. You just get prepared and have your W-2 and have, you know, especially if you're, you know, if you have your own business and stuff, you probably could afford an accountant to do it for you. But if you're, you know, if your taxes are fairly simple and, you know, you make under a certain amount, I think it is even free too, isn't it? I mean, so I would just do that, you know, you know, I'm ancient. So when I was younger and had to do my taxes, you have, and they probably even still have this, I don't even know, but they have a pamphlet that they make. And then you, sorry, I just got distracted by the dad joke. I like telling dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs. I was saving that one. Now you took it.
So. And happy birthday, Luis. It looks like it's someone's birthday.
Mr. Bojango said happy birthday. So whose birthday is it?
Luis. Happy birthday, Luis.
Happy birthday, Luis. Sorry, I'm so caught up in what I'm saying here. I kind of.
Oh, good. So. But yes, they have a little thing. That
you can... Yeah, I used to have a pamphlet, and you'd have to flip through it and try to, what are my taxes and all that. But now they interview you, and it's just, okay, fill out your name, fill out this, and then at the end they run an audit on it, and it just, you know, it's kind of nice. So it's hard to say, you know. And I remember when it first came out, and we used to get it on a disc, and you'd load it, but now it's all online, and makes it pretty
simple.
Easy.
Yeah. So back to the first portion of the book.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have a good segue there.
Okay.
So you are going to read a portion of it, but before we jump into that,
can
I just share, because I know I'm biased, but I did get a chance to read. And I think seeing my aunts and uncles, like because for me, I look up to all of them. They're all just incredible people. And when I think of my family and I think of, again, my aunts and uncles, I think of grit. People with grit, but also with a lot of joy. Like, it's not like, I just feel like everyone embraces life so well and so dearly. So when I was reading through the book, I'm like getting teary. So when I was reading the book, I could really see all of them really come through and come to life, which was it's really meaningful, I think, for me. And I know I'm your daughter, so I'm biased, but hey, these are all your internet kids too. So maybe they're all biased too. But I came out of the book feeling a little braver. I think that was the thing I took away, was even though I'm not necessarily in like a transition of life, which I think if you're a college student and you need how-tos help, but you also need like a pep talk, it's excellent. But because I when I read through it, I got teary throughout it, like picturing all my aunts and uncles and picturing you. And again, it's such a gift as a reader to be able to have kind of someone rooting for you. I think even like as an author, like yes, as my dad, but from an author standpoint, there are definitely words in there that I'll cherish. So if you would like to read,
Yeah, yeah.
or if you want to say anything,
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
you're making me teary-eyed now. So, yeah, I honestly hope that you get a chance to read it, because it's, I think there's some pretty cool stuff, and my siblings are pretty amazing, and so I think also, I try to, in my videos, I try to make stuff that you can actually remember, and I think if I think there's things that I've always thought that if I can tie it to something. And so if you think of my sister Mary, you'll think of, hey, I need to mail that card to that person that I'm thinking about. Or if you think of my brother Tim, that it'll bring to mind what his chapter's about, and so on. And one thing we were talking about, my brother Joe's always been one to, not hesitate and go ahead and just do it. He's kind of takes in the information and then he does it. And I think there's times where, we can have analysis by paralysis, or paralysis by analysis, or however that saying goes. But it is true that you can, sit there and overthink it, and man, just move. You have all the information. You need to move now,
right.
And so I think, anyway, I think, and so you can kind of tie it to my siblings, and then maybe remind yourself of what those quality traits are. So I think, I think it'll be good that way. And then, like you said, the how-tos. So I think the how-tos, there's a lot of nuggets I think you'll find in there. I do a lot of finances, and back in the day, I didn't understand mutual funds, and I'd hear a little bit about it. And then my friend Conrad, we all kind of learn things, piecemeal. And then, so I was able to grab all this stuff and put it down for you, how to invest in mutual funds and what that looks like. Back in the day, I used to listen to this show on the radio, and then he said, oh, you need to go to the library and you need to check out Morningstar. Then I couldn't actually check it out. You'd actually have to sit in the library and thumb through all this big binder to try to walk through it, to try to figure it out. And and now I walk you through. It's pretty easy now. So you really don't have much of an excuse in order to help you learn how to build wealth over time. It's not a quick rich or get rich quick scheme. It's a over time, if you just make smart decisions over time. And I do kind of challenge you too in the book. I think there's some challenging stuff that you might go, I can't do that. Well, I would just challenge you to push yourself to set aside a little bit, set aside a little bit, set aside a little bit. And then pretty soon, and it kind of snowballs, because you see it grow, and then it's like you want to see it grow even more. So anyway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I saw some comments for if you want to pre-order the book, because it comes out May 18th. There's links in the description, so you can click on those. There's a pre-signed copy, right? Pre-sale, but signed copies.
Yeah, they're signed
through Queen Anne Bookstore, because we want to encourage local.
Right,
shopping.
They're local, and they've been good to us, and so we wanted to promote them. And that was a whole nother thing I didn't see myself doing. Signing a whole bunch of copies. And
yes, so those links are all in the bio.
Yep.
Oh,
you wanted me to read? What part did you want me to read? Kind of the end.
124.
Okay, I'm going to read this. So this is right at the end. Let's see. You each have been given one wild and precious life, so live it well. My invitation to you at the start of this book was to consider this a guidebook for the pursuit of fulfilling your life's dreams. Do you want to be successful? Do you want to live a good and full life? If so, open yourself to goodness. Reach out to family members. Have a backbone. Be willing to do the hard and necessary thing. Become an encourager, both of yourself and others. Be proactive. Be generous, and hold things freely with an open hand. And lastly, embrace both the easy and the hard, because both are part of a rich life. Please know this and never forget it. I believe in you absolutely. You are loved, you are cherished, you are respected, and you are not alone in this world. You are going to go far.
It's so good.
I was starting to tear up.
Oh, it's okay.
Anyway,
I tear up when I read that. That's why I asked you to read that portion. Not for you to cry, but it makes me tear up too. But we're both really excited about this because, like I said, I think as a reader, I came out of it feeling a little braver and cared for and empowered. So if you would like to join us in putting this book out into the world and encouraging other people to feel empowered, like you would get a chance to participate with us in empowering others, which I think for us, that's probably been one of the biggest blessings of this channel, right? Is having people come out and say, I feel a little braver and I'm willing to try something new.
Yeah.
So
that's the main thing is we I keep going back to the word of empower. We want to empower anybody and everybody. When my channel first came out, it was people were saying, oh, it's nice you did this for young men, but it's for everybody. I wanted my daughter to learn how to do everything. When I even share in the book that we when we built the fence, Christine and Kyle were both out there with me building the fence, learning how to do it. Cause I think it's, I just think it's important to learn as much as you can, please don't limit yourself. Right. It's all about empowering. And, we've shared this, we talk about this all the time about, like when somebody made a comment, oh, that's mom's job. Making biscuits or wrapping a present, it should be your job. It should be anybody's job. Learn how to do anything, right? I mean, why are we and then changing the tire, you need to know how to change the tire. Everybody should know how to change the tire. You don't want to rely on my husband or my boyfriend or whoever is going to take care of that. You need to learn how to change the tire. So, you're not stuck on the side of the road. You know how to do it. So
totally.
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
I just love the word empower because, it's kind of like my encourage.
Right.
There's power in that, it's empower. Let's, continue to be kind to each other and empower one another. So
totally. Yes. And on that note,
but
in the same way that now you all feel empowered to be able to share that. If you would like to join our book launch team and to be a part of that movement and encouraging other people to learn new things, there's a link also in the description for how to join the book launch. There's like a quick application. And if you fill it out, and there's only a limited amount of space though, but we'll do our best to try to include as many of you that want to participate. But you get access to an exclusive private Facebook group that Dad, who is slowly learning how to use Facebook.
You'll help me.
Yes. But he'll participate in it. And there'll be giveaways within the group, like exclusive giveaways that you can only access within the group. You'll get an ebook copy of the book. There's something else cool with it too.
What we're going to be.
Oh, you get a live Q&A.
Yeah.
You'll get an exclusive Facebook live Q&A if you join as well. All of that is in.
And weren't we going to do some? Is this live? I'm just kidding. So weren't we going to do something like right after the book launch or right before the book launch?
So
we're going to have like
Q&A.
a fun time together.
Yeah, it'll be like a party Q&A about the book. So you'll get like a little sneak peek. Like this is a sneak peek, but it's not like a launch party.
So is it U.S. only? Is that
the giveaway is only U.S.
The giveaway is, but what about?
No, you can order the book.
But I mean, no, the
book launch team.
Yeah,
anywhere.
Yeah,
anywhere and everywhere. And I know we've got a couple applications I saw from like Asia and one from Europe. So yes,
okay,
that will not discount you.
I would encourage you to join that. I think it could be a lot of fun, and
it's so fun. Like the fact, again, I think the fact that you can participate in equipping other people, it's such a good time.
Yeah.
Like, please join. We also had, if you have any questions too about the book launch or about the Facebook group, drop them in the chat. We'll do our best to answer.
Okay, I see one question here. So Full Vengeance, hey Dad, what would you do if you're in need of therapy, but the places in your town tell you they aren't equipped to help someone? Oh my goodness. Okay, I won't read the rest. But so there's actually a good and I'll be doing a video on this because they reached out to me, but there's a place called betterhelp.com, and you can get a hold of a therapist through there, and they set up a Zoom call and you can connect with them. They're, yeah. And I've actually checked them out first. I didn't want to recommend it. And I said, you know, I need to see what this looks like. And I shared in my book, kind of there's actually a sad part of my book is with my mom, because, you know, when our family kind of fell apart, my mom needed some, you know, we all need some help at different times. So I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. So please don't be ashamed of it. Right. I mean, you know, we go to the gym and get exercise. I think it's okay to, you know, hey, I wasn't quite sure how to handle this or whatever, you know, whatever you've got going on, you know, there's qualified people that can help. A lot of times we go to our friends and our friends can help only so much, but they're not, you know, necessarily equipped.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's nice to have an ear, but sometimes you need some advice to go along with that. So anyway, betterhelp.com, I would highly recommend them. And I'm not getting paid to say that right now, but it sounds like we might be doing a video talking about that because I think it's important. Mental health is so important.
We're big proponents of therapy.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, just transparent with you. I would be honest with you anyway, but transparent with you. I remember, you know, struggling with anxiety, and I've shared a little bit about that. And then talking to other people, and then, I see a therapist for that. Oh, I see a therapist. Like, you do? I had no idea that, you know, so many people, because I think we kind of maybe are ashamed of it or whatever, or kind of keep that quiet because I don't
handle it.
Think you can handle it, or also you don't want anybody to think that, you know, and I think it's become more, you know, the stigma. I think we need to get that out there and so that it's no longer this thing that people are ashamed of. Or
totally.
So anyway, that's what I would say.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yep.
Let's see. We had some questions.
Oh, okay.
Too, that I asked people on Instagram, and I know you put out a video yesterday, so we can just jump right in. And answer them.
Sure.
Okay. So this one's from YouTube. You already answered this, but let's go ahead. At Joyce Becerra, I apologize if that's not how you pronounce your name. I'm so excited to get your book. Please let us know when the book is available. But you already shared that. When is it available? May 18th.
May 18th.
We're going to keep repeating it.
So Mount St. Helens erupted on May 18th in 1980. Remember Mount St. Helens if you can't remember when my book comes out.
You're Pacific Northwest native. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Katie asked, what was one of the first things you learned to cook?
So this is actually kind of a funny story. So popcorn. When I was a kid, and my older siblings, and I had no idea because I was clueless. My older siblings used to say, Rob makes the best popcorn. I ate it up. Thought, I do make the best popcorn. I'd go in and we have this, and I'm going to actually show you guys how to make popcorn because I kind of am
homemade popcorn.
Really so good at making popcorn. Yeah. It's really hard. No, I'm just joking. So, and we had this old popcorn popper that you turn the handle on and put in the oil and and it's the best popcorn. So anyway, that's the first thing I learned. I learned to cook. And then I would always, they'd all still be watching TV and I'd be off making popcorn thinking I was the best at it. And little did I know that they were just telling me that.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Kathleen Hannigan, can you share with us your early life? When born? Probably where or when were you born? And where you grew up, brothers, sisters, what was your family life like? So anything you'd like to
so some of that, I do cover that in the book. And I was actually born in New Orleans in 1964. My dad, my older siblings were born in Kansas, and then the work kind of dried up there. And again, I share that in my book. And then we went to New Orleans, and that's where I was born. We went there for the space program back in the day, back in the 60s. And then my dad ended up getting a job at Boeing up here in the Seattle area, up in Everett. And so that's what brought us up here. And we moved up here in '66. So yeah, and then I grew up in Bellevue, Washington. And then yeah, we're still in the Seattle area now.
Nice.
Yep.
I wanted to take one from the chat
Oh.
because I don't know this one.
Yeah.
Less than handy. Who was / is the most influential person in your life to you?
Probably Rick.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, my brother Rick. Yep. And I talk about him in the book. So again, I talk about each of my siblings. My brother Rick, I probably
there was Uncle Rick in the chat.
Oh.
How about that?
You seriously do make the best popcorn. Okay, Rick. Rick's still trying to keep that thing going. I'm on to you, Rick. I'm on to you. But yeah, Rick's probably the most influential person in my life. Yeah. And I just talking about the therapy thing that we were talking about. Rick has helped me a ton with that, even though he's not qualified at all. There you go, Rick. But he helped me through a lot of stuff, and I share that in the book. I call it coughing up hairballs. There's times, like even in my 40s, where from some of my past, dealing with some stuff, I would talk to Rick on the phone for hours. Sorry, Karen and Annalie. That's true, though. We would talk for hours, and and I would call it coughing up a hairball, because I'd sit there and sob, and Rick would listen to me and kind of walk me through some stuff. So anyway, and he helped me. He taught me a lot too, as far as a lot of handy type of things too.
Yeah. So I think having anybody like that in your life is a treasure.
Yeah. So really, it should be Uncle Rick. How do I? So I'm handing the reins over to him. He's gonna take over my channel.
He'll probably be showing up.
No, he'll be showing up more. So.
Does Uncle Rick have a YouTube channel? There you go, Uncle Rick. I see someone asking for that.
Rick is awesome. He is.
Okay, another question. So Adam Whitley asked, what was the actual moment you got notified about your YouTube success or virality?
Yeah, so it's funny, because early on we had no idea this is going to be what it is, and I've shared, I always stick with the number 30 or 40, because honestly that's what we thought it was going to be, help 30 or 40 people. And so we started in April, and then we had Christine shared it with a group called the Scrubbers.
I listened to the Scrubbing In podcast.
Scrubbing In podcast,
yes.
And they're called the Scrubbers, and they were so encouraging. And it was like, what did we have? Then we had like 1,000 subscribers. I'm like,
it was
wow, 1,000 people, and they were so encouraging. They were, we've all been trying to promote kindness too, but
they're so the podcast is great. The community they've built is fantastic.
Great people.
Yes.
So I can't give them enough of a shout out. They're just amazing people. And then so in the middle of April, after that happened, word kind of got around locally, and I was on a TV station. What was first? Chicago?
I think Chicago reached out first.
Yeah, so somebody from Chicago, his name was Javier. I can't remember the channel though. I'm sorry, Javier.
The Jam.
The Jam. Right? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So he was so kind, and they wanted to have me on, and I really think you're gonna do great things. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. I didn't sleep that whole night, like I shared with you.
It was live too, and here we are doing.
Yeah, with my anxiety, I didn't sleep. I woke up and I'm like, oh my goodness! And then they wanted me to tie a tie, show how to tie a tie, and I think it went horribly, but got my feet wet with that. Mm-hmm. And then I was on Q13, which is a local television station. Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness, what is happening? And then. Then after that, Reddit got a hold of it. And once Reddit got a hold of it, then it started going. And then I got to give a shout out to Chris Hart. So Chris Hart posted it.
We don't know who he is.
I never knew him. Didn't know him at all. And he posted it on Facebook. And he sent me an email. He said, hey, man, I posted this and this is going bananas. So anyway, thank you so much, Chris. We don't know each other, but I am grateful for how you shared it. And then Selena Spooky Boo.
I follow her on TikTok too.
On
I love her
TikTok,
on
Selena Spooky Boo said
Yes.
very nice, put up this little cute little thing, and I was like even touched by it. It was such a neat little thing that she did.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, what a cool gal.
She's awesome.
She
And
is
her-
awesome. Yeah.
Her sleepwalking series, also a joy if you get a chance to watch her on that
Yeah.
for TikTok.
So anyway, and she is so kind. We reached out to her
Yeah.
recently, and we're gonna have her.
Yeah, on the anniversary of your channel.
Yeah.
We just said
We reached
thank
out to
you.
her. Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, and she's so gracious. She got right back to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's
what a-
really sweet.
Yeah. So
And then I had a couple from Instagram.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
pull those up real quick.
are they trick questions?
No trick questions. I was gonna just do. Let me scroll down here. What does the book cover look like? At Richard. Here it is. Oh, we have an awesome local photographer who took the picture too. My friend
Yeah.
Allison Fan.
Allison Fan took the pictures. We went to Marymore Park and took some pictures. So that's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
If you need pictures taken, you're in the Seattle area at Fantography on Instagram. She's great. At Daddy Saturday asked, well, he first said, can't wait to see your story shared through the book. How have you taken what you left from your own father figure and done differently with your own kids?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit.
Yeah.
What's
So
the
for
book?
I got to say something about Daddy Saturday too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's also part
Yeah,
of the
so
story.
that was Justin Batt wrote a book called Daddy Saturday, and
Mhm.
Christine had reached out to Justin about possibly coming on his podcast, and he was so gracious to let us on because we had that was probably even before
I said
the
we
stuff
had like
even
maybe
talked
100
Yeah.
subscribers, which
And
is
so-
still more than we
about.
had.
yeah,
Yeah.
So thanks, Justin, if you're here, appreciate you, brother. Yeah. So as far as doing things different than my dad, I've shared a lot on my the interviews that I've been on. When I was 14, after that gut punch of finding out that what happened in my own life, I determined that I was gonna never do that myself, and then I was gonna raise good kids. And I married well. My wife is awesome, and she, her and I, it was important to us to make sure to raise good kids or good adults. I've always said good adults because I didn't want them living in my basement. And it's bittersweet when they move out, and then Ryan stole my daughter from me, and so anyway, so Ryan's awesome. And so they're great, and they moved away for a time, and I encouraged that, we encouraged that, and then my son moved away, and that was bittersweet, but it's good. My son Kyle is doing great. He's in Virginia. So
At Code Phoenix just said today he lost his dad. Just wanted to acknowledge and say so sorry for your loss. So
I'm sorry about that.
yeah. Let's see. So at I'm dying to tell you podcast said, "Oh, how exciting! Love seeing you spreading the love." You went on her podcast.
I was
too.
on her podcast. Too.
She asked, "What is a blessing that came out of creating your new book that you were not expecting?"
I think there's been so many blessings. I think it would be hard to narrow it down to one. I think kind of revisiting everything, I guess, and appreciating my my siblings all over again for how they stepped up. The story, the chapter about my sister Lori and what she did for us when we were little, and it's I think Lori was probably 19 at that time or around there, and I think of when you were 19 or whatever. I don't know. My siblings really were very mature at a young age and they stepped up and helped us younger siblings in an amazing way. So
yeah, that's all I really had for questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any last parting words? Well, I guess not last parting words. I wanted to encourage again, book launch, please.
Yeah, join the book
Join
launch team.
us.
I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh,
I think
it'll
we'll
be
have some
super
fun together.
fun.
So
Team Dad, how do I? because normally we get to interact in these ways, but we'll be like on a team together. So that's going to be really fun.
Yeah,
to
we could
interact
answer
with
some questions here.
Oh,
I guess,
sure.
for
Let's take a
now, 'cause
couple
we got- and what-
questions.
we were thinking this would go about 45 minutes. So
Yeah.
let me shout out this one. So I do have one
Oh, I
question
didn't
that I
see
had
that
taped
one.
up here. Daniela Maya, what was your initial reaction when your channel blew up? So you probably heard me say this on some of the podcasts, but honestly, I was curled up in a ball crying because my face, and my wife can attest to this. My face was everywhere, and it was scary. We didn't do this to become famous,
No.
or I wasn't planning on switching careers. I wasn't. My wife and I had a pretty good life. We planned well. We were on a trajectory to retire. And then this thing happened, and so it was scary. It was absolutely scary. So kind of got my feet underneath me now.
Yeah.
It's still pretty hard to believe. I have to.
Yeah. No, for sure. I remember calling you like the morning because I opened up my phone. I was just seeing million and growing. And so I
Yeah.
called you and I said, Dad, where are you? Do you remember what you said?
No.
You said, I'm in my closet. In a
No.
ball. You said, I'm curled up in a ball. And I was like, okay. Oh, man. We're currently not doing YouTube full time right now. Someone just asked that.
Yeah. So
Catherine
did you
B.
have to quit your day job to write a book on top of everything else? I haven't actually quit my day job. I'm still doing that. That's why, I don't know if I should apologize for not putting out as many videos because we just are trying to figure this thing out still,
Yeah. If
There's-
anything, thank you for your patience of us navigating all this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much. Because we had no idea, we didn't know what. I think we're both a little scared. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, what is going on? So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Someone asked Out Alone asked, do you like any sports? You do like
Yeah.
sports?
Yeah, I love sports. I football. But when we grew up, and I share some of that in my book too. Football was always a big part of my life, and I actually played college football at a small university in Washington. But basketball. I play basketball and try to play everything. Again, it's one of those things where I don't want to limit myself, so I try to learn how to play cornhole and play washer toss and play anything and everything. I'm not necessarily great at any of them, but I know how to play them. And golf, I know how to play golf, but I never got great at it.
At M Beach asked, Huskies fan. I am.
She's a Huskies fan
I'm
because she went to
a Husky
UW.
graduate.
Yeah, I like the Huskies. Yep. So,
Nice.
but I went to Central Washington, so I'm a Wildcat.
Nice. At Less Than Handy asked, pizza slices or squares? We're gonna get pizza after this.
Pizza, we are. Yeah. Slices.
What's your favorite toppings?
Have you played disc golf? I have not.
You
played
haven't
that.
played that?
I haven't played that.
Oh,
It's not
we
that
should
I don't
go.
want to. I just haven't had the opportunity to.
We have there's one nearby my place. We should go play disc golf.
Okay.
Where'd you learn?
How do I keep my head so shiny?
I don't think anyone asked.
I
that.
buff it. No, somebody
I
said
didn't
it. It's right at
see
the top.
that. Oh, I see it.
Mythical beast. It takes a lot of effort.
At Anana, do you have just one dog?
Wait, Brendan Roy. I was just on it. I was just
Oh,
on
you're
his
just on him.
on his
Okay.
podcast. He says, "Is a hot dog a sandwich?" And they asked me that on there.
On that podcast.
Yeah.
Tune into that podcast too. They're really fun.
Yeah. Yep. They are. So.
I guess you'll have to wait and see for the podcast just for your answer on whether or not it's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that was included. So.
Oh, okay.
How tall are you? I'm 6'7". You are? I'm 6.
You're 6'3". I think people think that because when you see pictures of us,
Yeah.
it's like I'm
I'm
dwarfed
a
by
giant.
you.
Yeah, I'm 6. I'm shrinking because I'm getting old. So I think I was 6'3" at one time. I'm 6'2" now. Do I play any instruments? I played around with the guitar, but I never got great at it.
You can do chords.
I can do chords. I can play chords. Have you ever done interviews for other countries? I have. Yep.
Mhm.
I've done all kinds of, I've done Australia, Germany, Ireland, South Africa.
Yeah.
Um,
I
Yeah.
don't know. You would know better than me.
it was a blur last year. It was a blur.
At Andromeda Galaxy asks, "What's your favorite cheese?"
I've been on a Swiss cheese kick lately. I don't know
Mm.
why. I grew up. I grew up with American cheese, which was nasty. And then when I moved in with Rick and Karen, they introduced me to cheddar cheese, and I was like, oh
It's a
man, that's a whole new
change.
ball game.
Yeah.
And then I like Swiss cheese lately. I don't know why.
Nice. Did you want to take any more questions? I'm waiting.
As long as you keep asking questions, I guess we'll
Just
hang with
keep
you if you
hanging.
guys are good, and then people can leave if they don't. Tillamook fan, yep. I've been to the Tillamook factory.
Years ago.
Yep.
Do you get recognized often? No, you're wearing masks.
I'm wearing, I try try to wear my disguise when I go out. Christine doesn't think it's very good, but yeah.
This is why I'm here, to keep you humble. You don't need a disguise.
Oh.
Gracious.
You don't think oh, come on. It's not like I'm dressed up like a clown or something. I just wear a different hat to throw people. I don't wear my dad how do I hat in public.
Now people know. What are we gonna do?
Oh no.
Shoot.
I don't speak Spanish. No, I actually took German because I have some German roots, and so I took that, and that hasn't helped me at all.
Oh, no.
I learned. I think I learned one "Ich weiß nicht," which means I don't know, and the teacher would always give me credit at least for that one because it's a legitimate answer. I don't know.
That's true. That's
Ich
what I
weiß
said.
nicht.
Is
Sehr
it
gut. I know that one. Okay.
is it Tagalog or Ilocano for Giacomo?
A wig will throw people off. Yeah, that's true. If I wore a wig, Christine doesn't think I need. I need a disguise.
What do
is
you
she's
think,
saying.
friends on the internet, siblings? Yeah. Well, for more conversation like this, please again, I will keep pushing that book launch. I'm really excited, based on seeing the questions and comments here, to hang out with you all in that Facebook group.
Will you write another book in the future on how to do things? So you are getting quite a few how-tos on how to do.
They're
some
already
things.
in here. Yes.
Yeah, they're already in this book.
We're not
So
trying to get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
You just finished this book.
Yeah.
We're
so,
excited about this.
So we'll see
one.
what happens with the future.
Yeah.
So.
Uh-oh. I didn't.
So dad joke, please. A satellite and an antenna got married. I've already used this, but it's one of my favorites. A satellite and an antenna got married. The wedding wasn't much, but the reception was incredible.
Where does the wedding
That's funny. What?
I get the reception. The wedding doesn't fit, though.
The wedding wasn't much, but the reception was incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Does that offend anybody?
Oh, man. At least they think it's great. It's
Thank
people
you.
laughing at
Thank
the
you.
chat.
Okay, well, I've used some of these on my channel already, though. Another one I like is some of my favorite ones I'm trying to think of is I told my sister she drew her eyebrows too high. She seemed surprised.
Mom
likes it.
Oh, man. Oh, there's also so many dad jokes. There's like a dad joke per chapter.
I do have a dad joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And they're all original,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All original
So
dad jokes.
I mean, how original can dad jokes be? I think some of them are so obvious that, yeah. So.
Oh man. Cool.
Where did you learn all this stuff? Were you just born with it? Should we keep going? As long as they're here.
I'm trying to read you. I thought you said 45.
We were thinking
So
45 minutes, but
there's a lot of people in the
we
chat.
got like 10 minutes. People are still hanging around.
Okay. People are here. Might as well keep going. Any other questions? Where'd you learn all this stuff? Were you just born with it? Oh, here's Squiggy.
Here's Squigs. This is Squiggy because he had a Jerry curl on the top of his. Did I share this before on a live?
I don't know, but
He had a
Hey,
Jerry
people.
curl here, and so if you watched Laverne and Shirley back from the 70s, there was Squiggy, and it fits him.
and then
Right,
we have
Squigs?
another dog. They've both been hanging out with us this whole time.
Yeah,
too.
Lola's a little too big to get on my lap.
Any other questions? See a lot of people saying that they like the dog, which is sweet. Oh,
Okay.
I'll let you choose.
Have you? Sorry, I'm trying to read as fast as I can. Hello from the Philippines. What can you advise for future dads in the future? Learn everything you can and hang in there. You know, there's times where things aren't always easy. Please hang in there, though. That's a big thing that we want from our channel is for dads to understand that you leave, if you decide to run after something, you leave a wake behind you. So please, you leave a hole behind you. So please hang in there. Do the best you can to hang in there.
At Shannon Murphy, where can we get the book? There's links in the description for either the pre-signed copy or also just any other retailer like Target, Amazon, Walmart, IndieBound. So your local independent bookstore, those are all there. And then you get signed copies too through the QAbookstore.com link. That's also down there.
Are you asking when is my birthday, Colt 45? My birthday is in May 30th.
How
How old is the dog? He looks like he's ancient, but we don't really know. And actually, there's a funny story about Squiggy. Do you want to hear the story about Squiggy? So we went to what do they call this?
rescue?
Yeah, rescue place, and he was there, and they said he was 2, and his name was Chewy, and we weren't that smart because we brought him home and he was chewing everything. They tried to warn us. We're going to change his name from Chewy, and he just won't chew anymore. So, anyway,
He's gotten a lot better on that.
yeah, no, he's grown out of that. So, but we don't know. So, I mean, dogs tend to chew when they're younger. So we're hoping that he's not as old as we think he acts like he is at times, right? Who's the plant lover? My wife. She has a green thumb.
Yes, Mom loves plants. There was a comment.
What do your coworkers think of your newfound fame? Is that one of my coworkers? It's pretty interesting. Everybody's been really supportive. The company I work for, they've been more than gracious in allowing me, time to be able to get my head around everything. So,
Someone asked who your favorite band was. It went up.
oh, my favorite band growing up was Styx, and I still like them.
Who's
Styx.
your current favorite band?
Switchfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they say?
Yeah.
Growing up, it was Styx, but yeah. Kind of music do I listen to? I listen to Switchfoot and Need to Breathe are my 2 favorite bands now.
Nice.
What's my favorite food?
I don't know.
What is my favorite food, Christine?
I have guesses.
Yeah,
I-
pizza's pretty easy. You
You do
know,
like
pizza's
pizza.
good. I like Panda Express.
That was what I was gonna say.
Panda.
Anyone from Panda Express, if you're listening, hook us up.
What?
He said, "Hook us up, Panda Express." If you're listening,
We do love Panda. I love me some Panda. I could go there just about any time. So.
Yeah.
Did I mention that I like Panda?
About to eat Panda Express. There you go. Oh, and then
Brandon. Brandon, does that mean you don't like Panda Express? I love Panda Express.
Oh, it's an audiobook. Yes, an audiobook is coming out. An audio version of the book.
Yeah, there's an audio version. So I shared that before.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, there we go. He's looking like
yeah. I do like Asian food in general, then.
For the audiobook, this also reminded me. You'll also get the how-tos though.
Yeah.
Not in PDF form.
Yeah, you'll get a
Okay. Just
yeah,
want to make sure you get the visual.
Yeah, you'll get some sort of, I can't remember what they called it, an attachment or something.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I read them all too. So I read
Oh,
all
you read them too.
I read the how-tos
Wow,
as
okay.
well. Some of them it didn't make sense to read the whole how-to, but I read through the how-tos and then I refer you to
Okay.
the edition or
Cool.
whatever. I can't think of the word
Yeah.
right
No,
now.
I get what
Is
you're
that
saying.
obvious?
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just wanted to make sure because when I read through it, a lot of the the diagrams and some of the pictures in there are really helpful to have. So if you hear it, that's helpful. But if
Yeah.
you see it, that's great too.
What's my go-to from Panda? There's so many. I love the honey walnut shrimp. I think they make it better than a lot of restaurants, even though it's fast food.
Sorry. Yeah. I can pull more from my Instagram too.
Okay, where are we at? 5:56. We're just gonna go to 6. So 4 more minutes. And
4 minutes. Drop your questions.
Yeah.
We'll fire away. While waiting for you to type in your questions, I will continue to plug.
Greetings
Launch.
from London. Huh? Oh, am I talking over you?
Launch link below. Hang out with us, please. We'd love to have you. All right. I was giving a minute for people to ask questions.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Orange chicken or sweet and sour pork? Those are both good.
I see.
What's my dream trip? I'd like to go to Israel someday. I think that would be amazing. We went to Italy, and I share my story of us going to Italy. But I think Israel would be amazing. What do I snack on while watching movies? Popcorn, because I'm the best at making it.
I knew that was happening. Pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like pineapple on pizza. Any food you dislike? Is there a food I dislike?
I don't. You would know better than me. Have I
been to Asia? I've been to the Philippines. Yeah, I went to the Philippines with my wife and Christine and my son Kyle when they were tiny.
Yeah, I'd love to go back.
Yep.
What do you want to be when you grow up? I've talked to Ryan about this. I'm a big believer that you're always becoming something. Like you're always growing into something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do I want to be when I grow up?
Yeah. You still can decide.
Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much I can share about some of the things that we have going on. There's other things that are also coming. So I'm trying to navigate life and figure that. So I will do a popcorn tutorial.
Yes.
I will.
It is good.
My popcorn maker's on the fritz, so I'm going to have to buy a new one.
You can hear my mom laughing in the background. Like the microphone can't pick you up. I see any SAT tips. I took it like 10 years ago though, so I don't know if this is super applicable. There's really good workbooks. I'm trying to remember the brand. College Board, I think they do an SAT prep book. I don't know. If you take practice tests, that's like my biggest advice. Okay, I got it. So I remember taking the practice test first, grading myself, and then noticing what areas I was struggling with, then reviewing those sections, and then retaking it again. So you just kind of keep fine-tuning. But again, It's been like 10 years.
Kaplan, somebody says. Hi from Australia. Yeah. My boys love your videos. Thanks, Sammy. Have I been to Germany? When we went to Italy, we stopped over in Frankfurt on our way home. So I have been to Germany, and the funny thing is, I wanted to get a Frankfurter in Frankfurt,
Oh.
and so we stopped in the airport, and I had this hot dog, and I almost made us late for our next flight. I'm wolfing the thing down, trying to. Anyway, I thought that would be kind of fun.
I saw a couple. Christine's heard sharing your dad with everybody, or I guess the other reverse is, do you feel bad sharing your dad role with thousands of people and me? From my perspective, I'm in my late 20s. The more people that can be helped and feel cared for, the better. Like I'm A-okay.
Yeah.
I consider you all my siblings. So yeah, no. I'm great on my end.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
Yeah, and one last thing on that too. It is 6:00, so I mean we can let you all go and enjoy your evening. But early on, Christine was such a big part of it, and so she knew what was happening.
Yeah, that's true.
Where my son was away, and I was like, "Does he know what's happening?"
Okay?
And so I called him and we talked it through, and he's awesome. My son is a great guy. But he said, "Dad, if I was 9 years old and you were doing this and ignoring me, I'd have a problem with it." But he said, "I'm good." Because he'll be 26. You'll be 29 here pretty soon.
Why are we sharing that? Yes, I'm almost 29.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's my favorite YouTube child?
Uncle Rick. Uncle Rick's comments.
I can't pick. You guys are all so awesome. So.
Yeah. I'll push one more time.
Book launch team, please. Yeah, join that. We
I was gonna say, and the giveaway.
Yeah, and the giveaway. I saw a lot of book launch comments. So thank you so much. Thanks for being here, you guys. It's humbling and amazing, and we're just again trying to support you in the best way we can, and appreciate your support of us
and of each other.
Yeah,
it's been really cool.
Yeah, and thank you so much for looking out for each other too, because we do need each other. I've shared that before, and let's continue to promote kindness.
Yeah.
And be good to each other, because after the year that we've all been through, we need to be good to each other, because you just don't know what other people are going through. You know, I'm guilty myself. You assume that everybody else has got it together, but you're the one struggling. A lot of people are struggling, especially now. So please be good to each other. I know you are. So I just wanted to make sure that you, I can't say that enough. Let's continue to be good to each other, and continue. And when our channel went viral too, it was like, it was pretty amazing, because I think YouTube didn't know what to do with it. I think it was like, man, we killed him with kindness, and that's kind of what happened. So thank you. And yeah. So I guess that's it. We've gone a couple minutes over. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll try to do some more lives.
We will.
Yeah,
we got some cool things.
Yeah, we do got some cool things coming up that we're talking about. So
yes.
Yep. You guys are awesome.
Yes, we
Thank
appreciate
you so much.
you.
Love
Thank
you. All right. Good night.
Night, everyone.